You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
It's now Wellness Wednesday with Claudine Cooper. You can always find her at ClaudineCooper.com. She is back. Claudine, it's good to see you. In the interest of full disclosure, you kicked my ass on Saturday.
Oh, I was so happy to see you at the free community workout, Mo. What a surprise.
I had a free Saturday because my Dojang, my martial arts studio, was closed for the weekend. I didn't have to teach classes, so I said, let me go check out what Claudine is doing. I was the first person there. I got there early, stretched, warmed up, and then they had another 200 people or so show up. I'm guesstimating, but it was around 200 people.
It was.
We began right at 9 o'clock, maybe 9:03. We went to about 9:53 nonstop. You allowed us a moment to get some water along the way, but we were to keep moving the full time. There were people of varying levels of athleticism and impact, high impact, lower impact, but it was a great, great time. You worked the room, as it were, so well, and I appreciate being able to see what you do firsthand. The community loves you.
Oh, I love the community. They do more for me than I do for them. That's what I say all the time because honestly, I couldn't teach group fitness without the group, right?
I saw children. I saw young adults. I saw older adults. I presume grandparents. The age demographic could have been anywhere from age 5 up to 75.
Absolutely. Every week. That's how we do it. Anybody who wants to bring their family or feels limited because they have kids or grandkids this weekend, just come.
I saw someone who brought like 5 kids with them. And you told us, look, you got 5 kids? Don't let that be an excuse. Just bring them.
And all 5 of her kids love to do the workout. So that's just amazing to see.
It's a full body workout from the tips of your fingertips all the way down to your toes. My hips are not happy with you with all the squats that we were doing, but it's good because you're going to find out where your weak points may be. And honestly, not everyone is ready to jump right in. You may have to build yourself up.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
Thank you so much, Mo. And, I will say, looking out in the crowd and seeing you there, I was just so excited, Mo Kelly made it.
Yes. If I say I'm going to show up, I'm not one of those who say, I'm going to show up and then you never show up. No, I'm going to actually show up. And I wasn't going to let you see me pass out, okay? I was not going to let that happen.
You had it in the bag. There was no, let me tell you, I can tell the people who I have to give the options to, right? Because they are obviously limited in their movement and their mobility. So one of the reasons why I invite people of all levels is because I've been doing this so long. Now, in my younger years, I used to be like, no excuses. Get down and give me 20 push-ups. I don't care if it's outside, inside, whatever. But as I got older, I had a little bit more compassion for various ailments, injuries. And you know why? Because I have various ailments and injuries.
I was not ready for the squat jumping jacks, okay? They were fine for the first 20 or 30.
Oh, no, we went for a full minute.
Yes.
And so that is the other thing. And since we're on the topic of working out, and if anyone's listening and wants to improve their cardiovascular endurance, instead of counting your jumping jacks, right? So, I'm going to do 20 jacks. Instead of that, time your jacks. So go for 1 minute without stopping and see how that improves your overall breath, lung health, endurance.
I also appreciated the balancing exercises. It's one thing to be able to move, but also there is an isometric benefit to being able to hold yourself up and balancing your way with your arm extended and stretching your knee in the other direction. I appreciate that. And I knew what you were going for. And that helps you right where you are. You may not be able to keep up with all the calisthenics, but you can definitely do that, which is very, very helpful.
Well, years ago, I took a strength and stability certification course for people who are interested in possibly being in fitness. You do have to maintain your continuing education credits. That's a huge part of, being able to meet people where they are in different areas, right? So I took a strength and stability course, and some of the things I found were that as functional human beings, we have to be able to stop ourselves from falling.
Right. Especially as we get older.
especially because we lose balance, but there are ways that we can improve balance. And one of those ways we did at the workout, and I can tell people who are listening how to do it easily at home. You just raise your 2 arms above your head, you stand on your 2 feet, and then you lift 1 foot off the ground, and you see how long can I stay here without wobbling, right? Then you put that foot down and you lift the other foot. Typically, for most of us, myself included, one side is more balanced than the other. One side is our dominant side, one side is our non-dominant side.
But you just started getting jiggy with it when you had put one arm above your head, and then you started leaning forward, like in the Superman position.
One thing I will do is get jiggy with it, but don't tell anybody I use the word jiggy, though, okay?
But it was a really good time. And something else which surprised me in a pleasant way. A lot of men out there.
A lot of men. Look, at the end of the day, I have been training athletes, professional athletes, former athletes, amateur athletes, child athletes for almost 30 years. And so my spectrum of people that I reach is diverse, but that's why I used to be really hardcore on people, because as a person who wants to get the best out of an athlete, you really do have to dig into that mental strength, right? And that's how I ended up building a very, I would say, balanced gender base, right? Because there are men and there are women, dads, grandfathers, everybody's out there.
Do you find that we as men are better or worse students?
Ooh.
As far as listening, following instructions, keeping up.
The thing I've noticed for myself, I can't speak for all men or all women, but I've noticed for myself, maybe it's because I'm the sister of all brothers, but I push myself more when I'm in a male-dominated exercise environment. In other words, if I say, hey, you guys, let's drop and give me 20, what I find is that women will be like, I'm not really going to give her 20 push-ups, or I'm going to give her 20 push-ups on the knees, or I'm going to give her 8 push-ups, and then I'm going to stay here in a plank or whatever. With men are going to try to outdo you. Like, she said 20, rah, I'm going to try to do 25. And so for me, I like to push myself like that as well. And that is one of the reasons why I consider myself an athletic trainer, because I like to push myself. And so when I'm in the company of men, I find that I can, rise to the challenge as well.
And not only that, there's a good music soundtrack which is going. You have a live DJ at 9 a.m. helping us sweat it out. It's not some pre-recorded whatever. No, a live DJ which is responsive to you and the moment and the exercises that you're asking for.
Oh, it's a party, Mo. It's a party on Saturday morning, every Saturday.
Every Saturday, and how much does it cost?
$3.99.
I don't know if you can do any better than that. And I felt wonderful the rest of the day. I showered before my workout, get another shower. There's nothing better than the after workout shower.
Oh, nothing better.
And then I was ready to go on with the rest of my day. And I wish I could do it schedule-wise every single week, because I would be right there. Not only are you close enough and it's affordable, but it's beneficial. It was absolutely wonderful. And I put some other folds on there if I could. But go to ClaudineCooper.com right now so you can see pictures, maybe some videos of these free community workouts right off of 97th and Prairie. That's where because I always go there, like to go to the movies and what have you. It is absolutely wonderful. When we come back, I want to talk about, as an extension of that, we talked about how men may react to you, but specifically talking about women and how financial health and physical health, oddly enough, may go hand in hand. Can we talk about that?
That's a deep topic, but I'll think of something to say, yeah.
All right. It's Later with Mo Kelly. I'm joined in studio by Claudine Cooper on this Wellness Wednesday. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Wellness Wednesday with Claudine Cooper. Always check her out at ClaudineCooper.com. And Claudine, before the break, I was saying, I thought when I came across this article that there might be a link or some sort of correlation between women's financial health and physical health. And let me say it like this. Quote, women spend on average 8% less time on their health care each month than men, which negatively impacts their health outcomes, close quote. That's Synchrony Health and Wellness CEO Beto Casillas. And it goes on that women, especially single mothers, face various challenges when it comes to accessing and affording necessary health and wellness care. They often prioritize their family's needs over their own, primarily due to the same time and financial constraints. And this is a part of a new study where they examine the economic factors which impact women's health. Where do you come out on that? Is there any connection from what you've seen?
This is such a great topic, and I feel like financial health and physical health are intertwined, right? But as you were talking about the free community workout, I didn't really get to give the backstory behind it. And the backstory is that someone reached out to me on Facebook and said, hey, I can't afford my gym membership anymore. And it was a woman. And she just said, do you know of any free workout classes? And at the time, I didn't. And I think about this a lot because it was something in me that said, I know what it feels like to not have enough money for XYZ.
Come on now.
And at that moment, well, there's so many layers to it, but I was at church and, I'm a woman of faith and and then they preached a word and I was like, oh my God, I'm supposed to help this woman, right? So I respond to the message. I say, well, I don't know of any free classes, but let's go ahead and meet up on Saturday at the park and let's just create a class. I'll call a few other people and we'll just make our own little class. What happened after that can only be explained by people who do believe, because I can't make it make sense. I literally started with 6 people. And now, hundreds. But
the other point beyond the faith component is, if not for the access you provided, her physical health would have fallen by the wayside, presumably without you offering a way, making a way out of no way, as they say.
Making a way out of no way. It could have, or she could have been running, or she could have been walking, or she could have been doing a myriad of other things. But I think for a lot of us, we do better with a group.
Oh, I know I do. It's hard for me to self-motivate. There's some things I can do, but I can't push myself at home. I need someone with eyes on me, almost judging me for me to push through.
Well, in this case, we had a small group. It was only like 5 or 6 of us. And so we were each other's accountability partners. And then there were 10. And then there were 20. And before you knew it, people were bringing their kids and my mom wants to come. Can she come? Yeah, of course. Whoever wants to come. Because we're literally at a park. But Mo, I didn't ask anybody for permission. I just went to the park. So when the workout began to grow at the park, we started to kind of disturb the neighborhood, right? We're loud. We've got music. You were there.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So that's the vibes. It's a party on the weekend. And the people who lived around the park were like, so I didn't sign up for this 8 a.m. party, right? Mm-hmm. And although I felt like I was providing some kind of service to people who may not be able to afford exercise or group fitness classes, I still wanted to be conscientious of the people who lived in the neighborhood and not disturb them as well.
But as an outsider looking in, I suspect that those individuals who you were assisting, go ahead and turn on your headphones. Yeah. If it were not for you, then most likely use the button right by your knee. Technical issues. Yeah.
My knee is messing up the volume, guys.
Here we go. If it were not for you, then most likely those women, predominantly women, would not have been consistently working out. So I think that the financial component still is very impactful.
Well, access and equity is not just in one professional industry. Access and equity should be all across every industry, bar none. That's just my personal opinion, my personal position. if there is an area where people cannot access what I consider to be our birthright, which is movement and community, then if I see a need, I fill a need. I started working at a gym almost a year ago. The gym is in Inglewood, California. It is the first gym of this caliber to be in this town. Iconics. One of the things that I was passionate about was making sure that this level of gym is affordable to people in this neighborhood. And that goes across so many different areas. We live in an area where our food is, it's a little sketchy. It's a little janky.
Not a lot of grocery stores. It's a food desert.
It's a food desert. It's a wellness resource desert. It's a gym desert. It's a fitness studio desert. I mean, you name it. You go to the west side, you don't have this problem. You go to Orange County, you don't have this problem. I was in Orange County with my husband. I was like looking for a CVS. Right now in our neighborhood, there's a CVS pharmacy where people pick up their medication on every freaking corner. But I go to Orange County. I'm just looking for like some deodorant or something at the CVS. I'm seeing people jogging. I'm seeing Pilates studios, yoga studios. Can I find a CVS?
Different mentality.
So there is a connection in health and wealth. You go into wealthier neighborhoods, you're going to see more Pilates studios. You're going to see more gyms. You're going to see more access to better food. It is what it is, but see a need, fill a need. Instead of complaining about the problem, be part of the solution. And that, I didn't have permission to be at the park, but I started small and it grew, and I'm thankful and I feel very blessed to be in a position to continue to provide access in my neighborhood to wellness resources.
Friday, you have your free online workout. How can people become part of that?
You just have to go to my website, ClaudineCooper.com, and ask for the link. I will send it over.
Look at you trying to make everything so easy. And what about Saturdays with your free community workouts outdoors?
All you got to do is pull up. Parking's free. 97th and Prairie. We have a nice garage, 3 levels. You just pull in and come to the court.
What? The parking's free. The workout is free. The party is free.
Take out all the excuses.
Making it real hard for people to say no.
I don't want them to say no. I want them to say, yes, I want to move my body. Yes, I want to meet my neighbors. Yes, I want to demonstrate to my children this active lifestyle.
Go on with your bad self, Claudine Cooper.
I'm going to do it.
See you soon.
I can't wait. I'll be back next week.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Taco Bell has announced, get this, a luxurious San Diego retirement community experience. What the hell? Taco Bell is setting up a pop-up, quote-unquote, early retirement community down in the San Diego area. The Cantinas, Las Cantinas, will be a place where everyone can live like a retiree. I don't quite get the whole idea of trying to conflate Taco Bell and retirement community. And especially, I don't get the idea of Taco Bell and luxury.
I've got this figured out if you're interested.
Oh, yeah, yes. I'm very curious. Very curious.
It is 100% a Soylent Green situation. If you have elder relatives moving to this place, keep track of them at all times. If they disappear, watch what you eat.
Well, it's going to go down August 17th through 18th. And they're selling day passes for $50 and weekend memberships for $150. And it kind of reminds me, the movie Demolition Man? Where everything is Taco Bell. It's the one restaurant which has survived the restaurant wars.
No, you guys had to explain that to me because I'd never seen it.
Yes,
And the seashells.
Yes, in Demolition Man, one of the sub-stories is there was this great plague which was after HIV and AIDS, and there were the restaurant wars where all the restaurants, I guess, were trying to destroy each other, and only Taco Bell survived. So every restaurant was Taco Bell. So it just makes me wonder whether if it's predicting the future where Taco Bell is trying to take over every aspect of the restauranting business. It's going to take place on August 17th and 18th. As I said, day pass is $50 and weekend memberships $150. This is not new. It's new to me, but overall it's not new. Taco Bell evidently held a similar promotion back in August of 2019, which led to a 4-day Taco Bell hotel and resort. Maybe it's just me, but my personal history and connection to Taco Bell says there's nothing luxurious about Taco Bell. There's nothing high end about Taco Bell.
Maybe the toilet seats are padded.
Well, you're going to need a toilet seat after Taco Bell. That's the only thing that I can guarantee you.
Taco Bell, let's talk about that. They are going to be letting fans retire early for a limited time.
So what does that mean?
I don't know.
That they're going to open up an early retirement community. So for Taco Bell Rewards members who are 21 or older, the cantinas will be opened in San Diego on August 17th and 18th. Members can reserve a day pass for $50 or a weekend membership for $150. It's basically an experience that will include aerobics, diverse art, whatever that is.
What?
Pickleball, we know what that is. Passes will be available on a first-come, first-served basis on July 16th.
I'm very curious about this. Is this like as much Taco Bell as you want and then go play pickleball?
I guess
that sounds like a dangerous combination.
I would not incorporate that into a dating situation.
No. Oh my.
It wasn't that damn funny. It was not that damn funny.
That sounds like a dangerous combination.
I would not incorporate that into a dating situation.
No. Oh my gosh. That would be.
She laughed at her own joke. That's against the rules. You're not supposed to laugh at your own joke, and you're not supposed to guffaw, sniggle, chortle, guffaw, and all those things at your own joke.
Dangerous combination.
I would not incorporate that into a dating situation.
No.
Damn. Taco Bell, I don't eat Taco Bell, one, because it has more sodium than any fast food out there. And I mean that seriously, sincerely. I know I'm not going to get a Taco Bell endorsement. Oh, well. But Taco Bell is it me? But I always perceived Taco Bell as the bottom of the barrel when it came to fast food.
Hey, I worked at Taco Bell. It's like one of my first real jobs.
And what did you do? Wait, and what did you do when you were at Taco Bell?
I forgot. That's where the special originated.
See?
Taco Bell. But you forget, I think it was maybe last Christmas at Taco Bell, they had that raunchy, sex-fueled, alcohol-driven holiday party.
That's true.
That was in San Pedro.
That's true.
Taco Bell gets down.
Yeah, they know how to set it off. I'm just saying, I can't see myself spending $50 for a day spa experience at Taco Bell, pickleball, aerobics. I'm quite sure there's free Taco Bell that'll be around the room. If you're going to pay $50, I hope I'm not paying for food as well.
If Taco Bell's charging $50, and this is for young people, according to this story, they need to go on and have more of these raunchy, sex-fueled alcohol parties for $50. Well, that could do it.
Well, who does this really appeal to? A young person probably is not going to spend $50 for a day pass of aerobics and other pickleball activities. An older person, maybe, but who's going to purchase a $150 weekend pass to hang out with all things Taco Bell?
Older people can't do it.
You would, Elmer?
Oh, yeah. Well, Elmer, you're young. But older people, they can't take that sodium.
Right. Oh, no. Taco Bell would F up my body in a heartbeat. And I would be paying for that mistake for days. I haven't had Taco Bell in literally years. Now, I'm not saying like in a long time. No, years. I'm not sure I've had Taco Bell this decade. I don't think I have. Because I know it would be a bad idea. And I'm not saying that to be funny, and I don't laugh at my own jokes that are unfunny.
Dangerous combination.
I would not incorporate that into a dating situation.
No. Oh, my.
It wasn't that funny. It really was not that funny. It's a fart joke. That's all it is.
I would not incorporate that into a dating situation.
No. Oh, my gosh. That would be like, no, you'd break up after that.
That's a guilty laugh.
First couple rounds of Taco.
It wasn't that funny. It's like, okay.
It's a guilty laugh.
Because she's done it.
And
yeah, she's done it.
Yeah.
She just let it fly.
It's like the audible version of back in the day on Facebook, and you would like your own post.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. If I laugh at the top of my lungs at my own joke, then maybe someone else will find it funny. It didn't turn out that way.
No. Oh, my gosh. That would be like, no, you. No. Oh my gosh.
What was that?
No. Oh my gosh. That would be like, no, you'd break up after that. After the first couple rounds.
All right. Along those lines, I just got a question I got to ask everyone. How long did it take before you were comfortable with your significant other letting one go either accidentally or intentionally within your earshot? Just earshot.
Engagement. Well into the engagement.
Tiffany Hobbs from the Viral Load.
I would say about a year into it where I just stopped caring.
Oh wow.
But it was
wow,
here's
you
the thing.
just rush into things.
But
fast like that.
But to be honest, mine aren't offensive.
Oh, that's what they all say.
If he were here, he would vouch. They're not offensive.
I don't know about that.
I just did it right now, and you don't even know.
Wait, but this is in closed space. Mark, your turn.
We have to go to the news.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
We don't.
What
I'm doing it
Not
right
now.
now.
Lockout.
Oh, do you think we just get in the middle of the room and mime like we're starting up a motorcycle and let one rip? That doesn't happen.
Yes, you would.
No.
Yes, you would.
Also, I feel, Mo, like you're on the cusp of having the nerve to suggest that TV people are phony, and that's offensive.
No.
No, I would never.
Okay,
Never.
Okay, good.
Okay, Elmer?
I'd say like 3-4 months.
Wow.
It's kids nowadays.
Wow. Look,
It's not that big.
I've been married almost 8 years to the day. I still don't do that willingly around my wife. When I go to sleep, there's certain things I can't control. Okay? Nature takes its course. But just like I'm sitting on the couch or something, no, I'll just go into the bathroom and excuse myself. There was a time I was actually working out on the treadmill, and it's late at night. So I'm thinking I want to be by myself for a while. I can work it all out. And she decides to come downstairs. Y'all know how our house is set up. So she decides to come downstairs and get a late night snack. And I said, whoa. Don't come down here. Do not come down here. She said, I don't care. I'm just letting you know. Don't come down here. She said, look, we're married. She comes down there and says, oh my gosh. What did you eat? I tried to tell you, don't come down here.
No.
Ooh, later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And did you know, well, I guess everything is like a throwback, callback, retro. You look at clothing styles. Women are wearing bell bottoms, hip huggers. You see the bob haircut is coming back in style. Everything old is new again. Even sexually transmitted diseases, gonorrhea, it's making a comeback. And also classic diseases like the bubonic plague. The plague. Going to get medieval on our asses. The bubonic plague. A person in Pueblo County, Colorado, and it's about 100 miles south of Denver, just in case you didn't know, has been found to have been infected with bubonic plague. Bubonic plague, you may remember, historic pandemics across Europe and Asia, is caused by a bacteria, is transmitted by fleas, and often carried by rodents in the wild, including rats and prairie dogs. Plague occurs when infected fleas bite people or when humans touch skin of an infected animal. And from what I understand, it cannot be transmitted human to human, or it's more difficult to transmit it human to human. And I had to even look it up as far as the symptoms, as far as what are the symptoms of bubonic plague. And the symptoms will develop after an incubation period, about anywhere between a day and a week, according to the World Health Organization. Plague typically causes sudden fever and chills, severe headache, muscle aches, nausea, and vomiting, just like everything else out there. A common symptom is swollen, painful lymph nodes called buboes, which give the most common form of the disease its name, bubonic plague. They manifest in the body as well as swelling in the armpits, groin, and neck. Buboes vary in size from less than half an inch to about 4 inches. And again, it does not spread from person to person, according to the CDC. But the World Health Organization does estimate that 30 to 60% of people die of bubonic plague who are infected. And this is something else that I didn't know. And I bet even the very intelligent Mark Ronner did not know.
Uh-oh.
Did you know that, it's a two-parter. Did you know that, one, there is a vaccine for bubonic plague, and it is not presently available in the U.S.?
That's kind of a wash then, isn't it?
Right. Yes, like, we got a vaccine, but you guys can't have it. And I'm not so sure I understand the reason why, but it's not available in the United States. Maybe if they had a major outbreak, they'd give it to us.
It's like your mom tells you, you can't have nice things.
Yeah, we can't.
Including the vaccine.
But even if we did have it, would people actually get it in today's world?
They wouldn't even get the vaccine for COVID. Are you kidding me?
But I'm saying, if we had a bubonic plague outbreak, and conceivably we could, because if one person's infected, there are infected animals running around out there, and it could spread across at least a certain degree of area of the U.S. I wonder how we would respond to an actual outbreak. First, we would have to have the vaccine made available to people in the United States, and then would people actually take it in this environment?
I think we know now that we can be counted on in the United States to respond worse than anyone to a serious health emergency like that, don't you?
Oh, I'm positive that we would do everything in our power to maximize the death rate and the mortality rate of a disease.
And, the fact that we're fire hosed with disinformation 24/7 wouldn't exactly save a lot of lives.
Well, we don't exactly put a high priority on healthcare, number one. We don't put a high priority on education, number two. And we don't put a high priority on caring for our fellow American, or even just fellow neighbor who may not even be American. That's another discussion. But, when you put all those things together, then yes, death will have its way.
Yeah, it wasn't an accident that we had the most COVID deaths of any rich nation on earth.
No, it was not an accident. It was a choice we made. And to this day, people still tell me that they think that COVID was a hoax, even though I know personally 11 people personally who died from it.
A hoax in what way?
That is just the flu. It's just some other form of a virus that's really not deadly or was not deadly. That's what I was told.
I see.
But the people that I know who died from it, I'm quite sure they would disagree. And it was the reason why they ended up in the hospital and died, for lack of a better explanation, suffocating, unable to breathe. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm particularly sensitive to people trying to tell me that it was just the flu, or it was no big deal, or it was some big government conspiracy to control us and make sure that our kids didn't go to school.
Oh, for God's sakes, come on.
Tuwala, am I lying?
No, I wish you were lying. I wish we still weren't told things like that.
I was told that even recently.
Yeah.
And I don't respond because I think of actual people that I went to school with who died from COVID. I think of people that I know personally who died from COVID.
Well, that plus the fact that every single credentialed, legitimate expert, this is not in question.
No. We're talking about those. We're talking about those elites out there. They've seen a YouTube video. What is your look? I don't care about how many epidemiologists or virologists or immunologists that you have out there.
Of course not.
They have YouTube.
Yes, they've done their own research, and that's going to be their epitaph.
Mark,
right.
Fake news arose around the disinformation campaign around COVID. That is where fake news comes from. Fake news, it's not real. It's not a real disease. It's not a real virus. It's fake news.
Well, what's not to love about politicizing science and getting people killed in the process?
And so we will the next pandemic we have, and we will have one now, whether it will be in the near future, I don't know, but the next one we have will be worse than it needs to be because we've now been ingrained with the idea that no matter what, our government is lying to us and just wants to control us. So I'm not going to wear a mask. Be damned, everyone else. Okay.
You'll show them.
Okay. I'm not even going to argue it anymore. I just know that my friends did not die in vain or because of some hoax. And I refuse to allow anyone to tell me otherwise. It's Later with Mo Kelly. KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't let KFI fill you in once in a while, you could miss it.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere.